Hey everyone, Jason at Hard Money Bankers. How are you? Do you currently do non-recourse loans for your borrowers? And if not, why not? So a non-recourse loan, for those who may not know, is the borrower, there's no recourse against the borrower personally, and they're not guaranteeing the loan. This is a no-no in the banking world. So if you work for an institutional backed lender or you're used to doing loans through an institution, chances are you're not going to get this to work. That being said, we're in the private lending sector and we use private capital and we're creative and we figure out ways to make deals work. And I'm going to explain to you why it's okay on some situations to do a non-recourse loan. Now, the reason that non-recourse loans typically come up the most is because the investor, the borrower, is buying a property through some sort of self-directed retirement account. And since the retirement account is the actual borrower that you're lending the money to, they can't guarantee that loan. So, and the borrower can't guarantee that loan on behalf of the IRA because that'll fall into the self-dealing category. So you have to make a decision if you want to write a loan to that IRA directly with no recourse, with no personal guarantee. There is also some times that have come up in the past where a borrower just will say, hey, I don't want to personally guarantee. I don't want this. I don't want a recourse loan. I can't say that's happened that much, but normally it's just the in an IRA situation. So again, ideally, a guarantee is great to have. And on the majority of the loans, we do have a guarantee. Now, that being said, you can make a underwriting and business decision to determine if you don't want a guarantee. Now, keep in mind, you lower your loan exposure, you lower the loan amount, and it makes more sense to potentially do a lower loan amount with no guarantee than a higher loan amount with a guarantee. So typically we structure a deal like this. Normally we'll do a 65% LTV loan to a normal borrower with personal guarantees and everything. Anyone who's willing to personal guarantee or anyone who we can get personal guarantee, we're slapping their name on it and they're personally guaranteeing that loan. Now, that being said, if we do a loan for an IRA, what we'll typically do, because we know we can't get a personal guarantee on those, what we'll do is we'll just lower our exposure. Let's say 50 LTV. Typically, we do it at 50 LTV. We'll try to go lower if we can. So let me ask you this question. Let's say you're lending on a $200,000 asset. Would you rather loan 130 with a personal guarantee or 100 without a personal guarantee? There's 15% more equity cushion in that. And that's what we're doing these loans for anyways, is the majority is the collateral component of it. So again, having a guarantee involved is important. And if you can get a guarantee, great. But if you can't for these situations and you lower your loan exposure, chances are you're probably going to be fine, if not safer. The way I look at it is if I'm going to get 15, 20, 25% more equity cushion in this collateral to begin with, it's going to be safer than that guarantee, because if you've ever gone and you've tried to collect on a judgment, which is what a guarantee turns into, it turns into a judgment. If the deal's in the default, you can put a judgment, file against them and go after them personally. It's hard to collect on those things to begin with as a lender. So I would rather have additional first lien coverage, better equity position than that guarantee to begin with. Okay. So rule of thumb, you should absolutely consider trying to do loans against self-directed IRAs or retirement accounts at lower LTVs, right? If you're missing out a lot in the market if you're not able to lend, because it's a popular thing. We have a lot of very, very good, and keep in mind, investors that use their self-directed IRAs to get into deals are typically a little bit more sophisticated, which is good. And that means they have money, because they have money. They funded those IRAs through the years as well. So you're typically dealing with a good quality borrower typically when that accounts. So they're good deals all around to get involved in. You still have to underwrite everything accordingly. But in our opinion, I'd rather have a lower loan amount on a piece of collateral with no guarantee than a higher loan amount with a guarantee. That's the easiest way to sum it up. So consider that stuff. Hopefully you found this helpful. Anything related to hard money lending that you have questions on, you need help with, reach out. That's what we do. Hard Money Bankers. Take care.